Hi, everybody. This is Chris Mann. Excited to see you today. The focus of this conversation is how you can use Google offline conversion tracking to maintain a competitive edge and win in the marketplace. The ROI is insane when you use this properly, and I'm going to show you what best in class looks like and, of course, how I can help. So what is Google offline conversion tracking? It's the ability to send information back to Google in an anonymous, non-PII way from your CRM that helps Google's machine learning learn fast and learn on your behalf so you can win in the ad auction competition. And so what it allows you to do is you will track something called a G-CLID. It's a click ID that's unique to every click and every person who clicks on your ads. You will capture that on the form fill and put it into Salesforce. And then as those people move through the funnel, you send that G-CLID back with a predicted revenue value for that G-CLID based on knowing your funnel conversion rates and things about those users. The ROI on this, there's many Google case studies that are posted out there, and I have worked with customers ourselves through our agency who have experienced this firsthand. And so what you see very often is a 36%, 30% reduction in cost per acquisition. When you start getting more of the right prospects into the funnel, you see an increase in conversion rates, and you also will see an increase in average order value. And so let's take an ROI example of what this might look like. Let's say you're spending $500K a month on paid search, and you realize a 30% reduction in CPA for your paid search. That means you're saving about $150K a month, but if your return on ad spend is about 5x and you reinvest that, that's $750K a month in additional revenues that you're driving for your company. This makes you a standout winner in the organization and a winner in the marketplace. This is really exciting, insane revenue growth. As you know, I've been in ad tech and marketing for a long time, or maybe you know, and this is one of the most compelling things I've ever seen. So how does this work? So let's say that you're searching for safety, or you have people searching for safety as an example, a very broad term. You can have, internet safety, personal safety, home safety, industrial safety. These are very different audiences. And so here's just one example of a data set. This is actually my profile, and these are 260 data points that Google knows about me, but there's many more they're not showing. As people click on your ads and as you send this information back to Google, Google starts to develop a profile of what your best customers look like. And then when your prospects are searching for your keywords, Google knows what your prospects look like, and it bids high, and it knows how high it can afford to bid so that it can win in the auction, but maintain your ROAS targets. And so you start winning more of the kind of people that are your best customers. You realize an insane ROI. Your competitors are at a data disadvantage and they can't afford to compete. You get the good clients with higher average order value, and your competition gets the shit customers. And this is what winning looks like. Now, your competitors are going to implement Google offline conversion tracking. So my estimate, based on my research in the market, I probably talked to over 30 budget holders of paid search budgets that are 100K or more a month. And I'd say of that 30, about 40% of those have either implemented this or are implementing, in process of implementing that. So this is happening, and you need to get on this in order to compete. Now, here's the available integrations, and there's a Salesforce integration, there's a Zapier integration. And so when you use these integrations, you have to do some custom coding on your side to feed the right information from Salesforce into Google's API. Now I'm going to show you not only how you can win by not doing custom coding, but you can drive a lot of intelligence into the API, and you can drive data volume. So data volume is key to winning. How much information can you drive back to Google to help Google learn? And if you can do that with an attribution on top of it, so the information you give back to Google is really smart, you're set up to win in the marketplace and maintain that lead over your competition. So here's how this works. So as you know, on the left-hand side here, you have one contact on average, 1.5 contacts on average across all of your opportunities in the CRM are assigned to that opportunity. The salesperson creates the opportunity, they move on, yet they're dealing with 3, 4, 5 people at the deal table who are all touched by marketing opportunities and are orphan leads. They're floating around in your CRM and are not attached to that opportunity. So let's take a little bit more, a deeper look at this. Is what my product does is it assembles this information so that we can see, as much as data will allow, the number of people and all of the marketing touches on those people associated with this opportunity. So here on the top, you have the salesperson added a contact to the opportunity. The contact was, in this case, touched by email. And so if you look in the bottom here, we know that that contact was also touched by pay-per-click, and so were some of these other people. So in this case, had you not used my product, you would have no information on this deal to send back to Google. And now we can see that we have at least 3 or 4 touches on different people that we could send back to Google in this one opportunity. But if you look in the middle, you can see that we can increase the data volumes and your overall revenue visibility for your paid advertising activities. Now let's look at this again. Here's what we want to do is we want to capture that Google Click ID, which is a click for a moment in time on a specific individual on a specific ad in Google. We capture that into Salesforce. And when those leads move into different stages, we want to assign a predicted revenue value of that lead based on knowing funnel conversion rates, the size of the opportunities that this type of person is normally associated with, and so on. As they progress, we increase the predicted value of that user or that person until we know an opportunity value. We start sending the actual opportunity value. And then when the deal is closed, we send the deal value. How do we do this? What we need to do is uncover your ideal customer profile, your ICP. And so what we do with Cortex is we mine your CRM data and we start to develop math on every type of persona that we can uncover in your database. And we assign different predicted values for those individuals based on the type of deal we think that individual will be or historically has been involved in. So if we look at the first ICP number 1 here, we have an enterprise, company size enterprise. And we know that for enterprise deals, they're 20% more valuable than our average deal. And we know that in finance, we're actually selling 10% smaller deals than average. Now, with a job function of VP of marketing, we're calling higher in the organization. We likely are going to have a higher deal size. And when we're in New York, the deal size is also higher than average. And so the projected revenue for this combination of attributes on an individual is 75,000. Now, if you just skim this next part, you see that SMB deals in unknown industry and the contact as a junior analyst in Kansas is a much lower number. So we want to send the right information to Google. So you can see with Cortex, we're able to calculate this information and then use it to properly feed the information back into Google. Now, as you know, all of this information is changing. So your funnel conversion rates, your deal sizes, all these things are constantly moving. And so you have to have a system that's monitoring this and automatically calculating and adjusting this information as best as data science will allow. And that's what we have. And so this is how we get you the competitive advantage. Lead to account to opportunity matching can increase the data volumes by 2 to 4x, and attribution gives the proper values, predicted values, and real values once the deals progress to where we know those numbers back into the math. And so this is how you compete and win and stay ahead of your competition. But wait, there's more. By the nature of installing our solution, we provide return on ad spend and revenue attribution across all of your paid channels. You'd have to know this information in order to do this properly. And what you really want as a marketer is to understand the revenue impact of all of your marketing programs. What we provide are a range of best-in-class analytics that allow you to understand that so that you can make manual decisions and changes to all of the things that you're doing that cannot be automated. And our vision for where this needs to go for paid advertisers is to automate as much of this as possible so that we get automated results, because everybody's really busy. So what else can we do with this? We can send the ideal customer profiles back to LinkedIn, back to Google for lookalike modeling. We can send these audience to other systems so that other systems can be aware of this. We can use the ideal customer profile to inform what we already know about our ideal customers so that we can think about how we might change messaging or where we might focus on more to really improve our marketing. So what is this? This is a new era in B2B advertising that we're putting together and we're dreaming about and imagining. And we're excited to bring it to you. And we'd like to work with you to help you understand if and how we can put you on this journey to the future. So thanks again for listening, and I look forward to seeing you all on the wires. Have a great one.